Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mikey and this is Deep Red Pictures. Today we are going to be discussing some of the Scream 7 theories that I have concocted in my own head. So with all of that said, in no way is any of this, confirmed. This is all just speculation. So humongous grain of salt. I cannot stress that enough. I don't want anybody in the comments below being like, yo dog, you misled me. I'm disappointed. I would be too. So this is all just me. The movie is set to go into production next month, which is very exciting, but it's also the only two people attached to this thing are Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox, so we're going to need some casting announcements hopefully here soon. But I'm just going to dive right in. My first theory involves somebody who's not even, again, not announced or anything like that or confirmed yet, but is heavily speculated and rumored to be in the cast, and that is Mark. Scream 3 follows kind of a different, not formula, but it has a very different feel from the two movies prior, and there's a reason for that. At the time of its production, the original script had to be rewritten, and so they do away with Woodsboro. They move us to Hollywood. Things aren't so dark. It's not high school kids because at the time Columbine was the issue that, it's not great. So they move to Hollywood. They have adult killer. But so as they were in production, I guess they had it kind of written out that Angelina was supposed to have been the secondary killer to Roman. But I think somewhere in there they kind of realized that it's still a team, it's still too close to home. So they kind of dropped that narrative, but we're left with a very, very confusing movie because there are a lot of scenes that Ghostface is doing stuff, but Roman is very obviously accounted for. So my theory would be that Scream 7 finds us a Mark who was involved, who was working with Roman, but leading into the events of the third act had met Sydney and realized he couldn't go through with it. Obviously, it's very unlikely, but it is entirely writable. I mean, their only interaction that we see in the movie is in that last act, and it's a fight. There's not time to have a discussion. There's no time for Roman to call him out. It's just, it is what it is. But so then the theory would be that Scream 7 follows somebody who's threatening to uncover Mark's secret, and the franchise needs something new. We're 7 movies deep. We have the same cast for the most part. We lost one, finally. I don't want to say it like that. That one hurt, But finally, in 2022 with Scream 5 and Dewey. But Scream 6 happened and nothing. Like every person who was a part of that central cast was safe, and I understand why. And I love those characters, so I was happy for it because I thought we were going to have a Scream 7 with them. We need stakes again. So we're going back to those legacy characters. I think now's kind of, the time to kind of change the dynamic, bring something new and interesting, something that, isn't necessarily the most obvious ending. But so my next theory, and this is kind of, you can call it a prediction or a theory. There have been a lot of recent rumors, and again, none of this is confirmed. That very recently, Melissa Barrera and Spyglass have been in talks and are working out a way to renegotiate and find some sort of resolution in the matter that took place back in, I believe, November, which here at the channel, we're not those guys. So I will never feel the need to get into the politics of that whole situation. Either way, grain of salt. But that Melissa Barrera is in talks with Spyglass and is working things out. And the reason that this theory in my mind holds weight is very recently, we had just covered in our last video that Neve Campbell reported that she finally just got the script. The problem with that is that when Neve Campbell announced that she was joining the cast, she posted a picture of the script. Now, obviously that could be just a proof of concept and, just an early draft. But wouldn't it stand to reason that she's saying she's excited about this new script and all this stuff and treating it like a new script because it's a new script, a new story? So again, nothing confirmed there, nothing that anybody has gone online and has been like, yeah, you know, is real. But, just something that could potentially, happen. Very unlikely, but it's fun to talk about, right? And my third theory, and this is going to be the one that I know we're going to hear a bunch of people in the comments telling me I'm an idiot, they hate me, they want to burn my house down. Stumacher returns. And again, this is a theory that I believe holds a lot of water. I mean, the events of Scream 3 were supposed to have taken place under the guise that Stu was the person coaching these high school students to do the killing in Woodsboro. Again, they pivot, so they lose that. But the person who had written that into the story was Kevin Williamson, who is slated to direct Scream 7. We also know that Guy Busick, who was the only person left who was attached to the radio silence era of Scream, was also the biggest Stuther in their team. So I'm just saying it's not impossible. This is there's a lot of speculation that this movie is going to have some sort of sense of finality. And I think like those full circle things are kind of, they're tropey, but they are tropes for a reason. And it's entirely, I don't think anything is off the table. And then my last theory of the day is, again, with this being the last movie in the franchise, they need to do something. There needs to be some sort of, weight to this story. There needs to be real fear and real tension and real stakes. And the only way that that's going to happen is if one of two people dies. And those two people are Gail or Mark. They're the only two people that are attached to this project thus far, one through speculation and one through confirmation, that are legacy characters. And we can't go a seventh movie and them not do something big. I don't think fans would stand for it, and I think that they know that at this point, especially after the reception of Scream 6, because I think most people really enjoyed that movie. I think most people's gripes with it come in the form of nothing happens. Yeah, people die and stuff like that, but there's no death that's the center cast, that core group. So I just think that it's entirely possible that we're going to see some real, a darker storyline here. Bonus points if they give us a Ghostface who gets away in the end. Yeah, those are my ramblings for the day. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Anything helps. Thank you.